Now, I know I am super late on this whole Jim Carrey story, but I come bearing a perspective that you may not have heard just yet. Now, there is many theories out there that everyone is quite familiar with at this point there, claiming that Jim Carrey's been cloned or just replaced in general and the real Jim Carrey is dead, but I come bring a different perspective. The one that maybe this has just been Jim Carrey the entire time, and he is now shedding the skin of the self-proclaimed character, Jim Carrey. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with this photo, this is the Laugh Supper from Jim Carrey's 61st birthday, I believe, from a couple years ago here. We see he's accompanied by a bunch of very well-known comedians, but also some questionable figures, and also quite a questionable shirt, if you know what Saturn represents. And if you guys aren't familiar with the Saturnian black cube matrix and you want some more information on the implications that this symbol, that this planet holds on the very essence of our being incarnated in this realm, be sure to check out my YouTube video up above here. Now, I said that there were some interesting and questionable characters in this birthday photo here of Jim Carrey, one being Jimmy Kimmel at the top, which we will touch on later, but also Seth Green. And if you guys are familiar with Isaac Cappy at all, the whistleblower on literally everything that is being proven today with Epstein, the human trafficking, the ritual sacrifice, he was talking about this stuff years ago before he was suicided. He was very close with Seth Green and claimed once Seth Green tried to bring him to the inner echelon in the inner circle of Hollywood where these rituals and things are going on, he blew the whistle. He couldn't take it, wanted no part of it, and started exposing people like Seth Green. Which begs the question, if this is true and the claims by Isaac Cappy have any weight to them, what is Jim Carrey, the loving, laughable, fun guy, the insightful philosopher, doing hanging around somebody like Seth Green? I feel David Spade might feel the same way. He's looking a little shy and a little weird in the background there about his surroundings. Even in this photo, I may be looking into it, but he doesn't look the most comfortable. Like, this is a place he really doesn't want to be. Now, this is a still shot from Norm Macdonald's podcast before he passed away, when he had Jim Carrey on there. And during this, Jim Carrey started talking about the 33 vertebrae, the number 33, in the symbolism, in the spiritual context behind this number. In this case, that context being spiritual ascension, reaching enlightenment through sexual alchemy, and the releasing of a chemical that travels up our 33 vertebrae up to our pineal gland. If you guys remember from my earlier videos, pineal equals 33 in gematria. Now, if Jim Carrey wasn't approached by the elite in the secret societies before this video, I'm sure he was after. As, like I said, this topic is very prominent in the occult and in the secret societies, in the secret teachings of the universe. Then we have the well-known clip of Jim Carrey on Jimmy Kimmel exposing Jimmy Kimmel as a member of the Illuminati or secret societies or Freemasonry, showing off the secret symbolism of said secret societies. Interestingly enough too, he's wearing a I Need More Space shirt. Remember the Saturn shirt from his birthday? Now, if he's exposing Jimmy Kimmel and the elite, then why is it a couple years later he's inviting him to his birthday party for one of the most iconic comedian photos of all time? Look. There he is, like I said, Jimmy Kimmel with Jim Carrey, once again repping that Saturn shirt. Now, it would make sense if they're all part of one big club playing roles and characters within the mainstream, as Jim Carrey says himself, and they are all secretly initiated members of these secret societies. Just look where Jimmy Kimmel goes down. It's at a Freemasonic lodge. I mean, you can't make this up. And interestingly enough, too, the name James, where Jim comes from, equals 33. Even just look at the flag right here, too, right? The M and the M, the M and the M, those are just sideways 33s. Maybe a stretch, but I think it has some weight nonetheless. Now, this being one big club that we are not aware of is where I lean on this subject. This new version of Jim Carrey is just the new character that he's been sworn or signed on to become within his contract and status within the elite here. I think this is all has to do with harvesting energy, creating more trauma within the public, putting that energy towards a specific direction that is not focusing on what is really happening in our world, who is really in control, the evil that is going on, and us, most importantly, coming in touch with our truest and highest power. Let us not forget, this is literally the man who made his breakthrough in The Truman Show, a movie about a fake reality being perpetrated upon a person, that person being all of us. And that is exactly what the numbers show above. And you can see this pattern of the 113 and the 33s within this decode here. And for those who haven't seen my earlier videos about the number 133, let's do a quick little recap. 113 has long been associated with the number for dishonesty. Just look in this. In the ancient practice of gematria, all of these words that have to do with manipulation, dishonesty, fake reality, all associate with 113. Even the word lie itself looks like 113. Do you guys remember when COVID was declared a national pandemic? That was on 3/11/113. Even the simulation Claydex that predicted it 666 days before March 11th equals 113, just like coronavirus pandemic. This is the number for dishonesty, even expressed by survivors and whistleblowers on MK Ultra. They claim that we live in a copy world of the original, which we see with Tartaria and old world buildings such as that Jimmy Kimmel building, and that world is called 1138B. Very interesting. But let's get back into the decode. Now, going from the Hollywood release of The Truman Show to the Caesar Awards where the masked Jim Carrey shows up, it is exactly 10,133 days from that award ceremony. Furthermore, if we go down here, from Jim Carrey's birthday to the Caesar Awards, it was exactly 1 month, 1 week, and 3 days. But wait, we got one more. Jim Carrey did not just star in The Truman Show, the fake reality simulation, but he also starred in The Mask, which is the topic of everyone's panic with this appearance at the Caesar Awards. If we go from the release of The Mask to the Caesar Awards, it is 31 years, 30 weeks, and 3 days. You can't make this stuff up, guys. It is all very deeply encoded, rather intentionally through energetic manipulation, as we state in all my other videos, or just a natural synchronicity. Let me know what you guys think with all this information and this new perspective on the Jim Carrey situation. Is he really just innocent and replaced for speaking out? Or is this, as he has always said, the character that he has been playing? I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.